Okay, I'm going to try this one more time, and I'm going to do a real short part of it because it wasn't working before, and I want to make sure it is now. This book is Gordon Corman, Book 3, Escape. September 3rd, 1945, 0835 hours. The Second World War ended on September 2nd, 1945, after the United States dropped 2 atomic bombs on Japanese cities. Most of the planet had suffered 6 terrible years of fighting and destruction, so there was rejoicing through the globe. Millions of soldiers worked around the clock to shut down their military operations and return to their families. At a small U.S. Naval Air Force installation located on a tiny, unnamed island in the Pacific, 26 airmen rushed to load equipment onto a transport plane bound for home. Their presence there had been so top secret that not even the Secretary of Defense knew about them. Their mission was to deploy a third atomic bomb, codename Junior, a backup bomb. It was only to be dropped in the event that the first two failed to end the war. The day was burning hot, like every day on the tropical island, but today the sweat on the faces and bodies smelled distinctly of champagne. The celebration that marked the end of the war had set corks popping long into the night. Many of the men struggled through the splitting headaches after little or no sleep. When the heavy crane seized up, Staff Sergeant Raymond Holliday pounded the controls in frustration. Blast these hydraulics. The lift mechanism had been acting up for months, but it was impossible to get parts way out here in the Pacific. The crew had been told to make do. Barely a foot off the ground dangled Junior, the third bomb. Holliday tried the stick again. Nothing. From the pit, Corporal Connerly hoisted himself up by the chain, setting his feet down on the curved surface of the bomb. He had no fear of the weapon going off. It would have to be armed first. Dead, he called to the sergeant. Holliday scratched the fire ant bites on his arms and thought longingly of his home in Michigan, for good this time. Both men looked to the landing strip a quarter of a mile away. Junior weighed over 9,000 pounds. Without the crane, there was no way to get it into the Sun's cargo bay. They were silent as the sun beat down. "We're going to be the last guys home from this war," Connolly said with a melancholy conviction. "And for what? To nursemaid a souped-up firecracker on an island that Rand McNally himself couldn't find with a telescope?" The corporal was wrong on 2 counts. First, he was reunited with his family within 48 hours. And second, someone did find the tiny secret island. 56 years later, 6 young people, survivors of a deadly shipwreck, washed up on the sandy shores.